Okay, so as you can see, I'm over at the computer, that's what it's called. I wanted to show you how to do an aperture that looks kind of like a twig wreath. We're going to add embellishments to it as well. I've got all these so that I can pass them over to you in a files, which I will do. I'll put it on my Facebook page for you. And yeah, let me show you quickly. I'll just show you how I done it. I mean, you might know an easier way. I don't know. This is what I could figure out. So I got a circle. So I've got the rough outline of what I need to do. I just got the freehand tool and I use the circle. Obviously, nowhere near as good, but I've just traced it round, made sure it's met up again. Go back to the arrow up the top here and pull that away. Now we can get rid of this. We don't need this unless you want to do 3 different shapes. What I've done is one shape and then I moved it around so that there was different angles. So now what we need to do is offset it, and I've already got it lined up ready. So we want it on an 04 because we really want fine lines. It's not going to look like a twig wreath if the lines are too thick. And I've deleted what's there because we don't need the line. We want the bit around the line. So that's all we have to do. Click OK, and there you go. That's actually a pretty straight line. I mean, these were really rough. And then all you're going to do is, first things first, I do apologize. Let's see what's on top. Okay, so the 2 lines are grouped together, but as you can see, the one on top is the outside layer. We need the inside layer to be on top. That's all we're going to do is swap them over. So all I've done was bring it up one. Or you can right click and do it that way. And then all we're going to do, there we go. And now there's nothing in the middle. So that is a ring, like a wreath. And then if you duplicate them, and just turn them all at different angles so they're not all the same, and then all you're going to do is place them in a rough trio so it looks like you've wrapped loads of twigs together, and then get them all together and weld. And as you can see, that's the shape. All we need to do now is take out the outside line, and don't think this will divide. No, because we've made it one shape, it's not going to divide the separate shapes there. So what we have to do is go in with the nodes. Go in as close as you can. And the first thing you've got to do is just pick one of them and open up the line. And then all you're going to do is go round. This does take time. If you hold shift and click on the ones you don't want to click on, you see it unclicks, and you keep holding shift and you can just keep going round like that. It doesn't matter how many you get, you can just keep going round. If you make a mistake, just undo the last step, and we're just going to keep going round like that until we've got rid of every single one of the outside line. You can keep deleting, so if I deleted now, there, we've got rid of that bit, and you just need to keep going until you've got rid of the whole outside line. I won't bore you with that. So display, zoom to matte size. You're then going to bring it over to a square, align it both ways here, and then make sure that your wreath is at the front, and then all you're going to do is subtract again. So now it's inside. It has the actual aperture. So I can click on there, but if I click on any of the holes, it unclicks because there's nothing there. So that is how you do that. I hope that's explained well enough for you. And then I've got the trees, and I thought if we put some trees inside and this nice stag, and then we'll cut some of this lovely holly, and I've done some separate bits as well. I've got it all ready, and we can just do a little bit of holly round the bottom. So for the trees, let's just get them all over there, and I'll show you. We'll close in again, not too much, but and all we're going to do is place the trees so that they're quite close together, like that, and then we can decide if we need any more. Actually, I might do a couple that side, so let's duplicate that, and let's see what happens if we flip it. There, that's quite good, isn't it? There we go. If we squash that in a little bit, oh yeah. Okay, and we'll duplicate that one again and flip it, just so that we can have a bit of difference. And look, we can put that one just there like that. Okay, so if we got all them and welded them, hopefully they're weld. Oh, that means there's something in them that doesn't like to be welded. Okay, just give me a minute to sort it out. Okay, I haven't worked out the problem, except that they're all welding okay, so they must have just been laying across other points and stopping themselves from welding. Because at the minute, I have got that one. I'm going to hold shift, that one, that one. Oh. Let's see if that'll weld. No, let's see. It's going to play up again. So let's do it one at a time, because that's what I just done. Okay, that's welded. Oh. The tree, hold shift, the card, and weld. So the tree, hold shift, the card, and weld. So that's the one that's not laying right. Okay, let's have a look. It's obviously over a point that doesn't like what I'm doing. Right, I've just moved it slightly. Let's see if that will help. Yeah, sometimes that's all it takes. It's very strange. Last ones. I think we want them right about there. And weld. There we go. So now we've got some nice trees with a twig background. And then we need our deer. Now, it's up to you here if you want to do it in with the scene so that it's welded in, or cut it out separately so you can put it around the trees, some behind, some in front. I would be inclined to do that, to tell you the truth. I know he's only a silhouette. Maybe you have one with features that you'd like to put in, but I think a silhouette looks better in this kind of card. So what I will do, I will right now weld it, and you can see what it looks like, and then from there you can decide what you want to do. So I would do it right about there, but we want his feet going in we don't want them just loose in the air, do we? I think about there. So let's try that and see what it looks like. Oh, I have to move him a little bit. Try and think where I've... Okay, so if we move him down one, and then try and weld. No. Okay, well, let's not worry about that then. It's up to you what you do, but that will be your aperture anyway. Obviously, I will do the aperture already done, but I will put the separate parts in there in case you want to have a go at it yourself. And obviously the deer will be in there. So let's go out again. Display, zoom to mat size. So that's the 7x7 card size. And then we can put some nice holly around the outside, like that. With, you could do as many sprigs as you wanted. Got some extra leaves that we can poke in here and there. And if you want to write Merry Christmas, or you've got a die or a stamp or whatever, I've got a stamp I want to use. I'll leave it up to you if you want to do a cut out here on the scan and cut, or write it on the front of the card, whatever. And then I will, I'll continue this over at the craft room. No, craft table, apologies. So I'm just going to put that all to the side because I do have another card I want to do, and it's actually a stamping background. But I just need a verse for the front. Now, I do have a lot of design bundle verses. So I have got so many. There's nothing that says you've got to use all of it. But on my background, I want it kind of, can't think of the right word, not boring, but I don't want to be funny. I do like that, but I think I've got one that says winter something. Warm winter wishes. Or we wish you a Merry Christmas. No, warm winter wishes I kind of like. Oh, that's a nice one though, isn't it? The joy of Christmas is family. The story of Christmas is the story of love. That's the trouble, there's too many. Okay, so let's do, now this is divided. Okay, that's better then, isn't it? Nice stags though. Okay, so I'm going to delete them. I don't want the snowflakes. I just want this. Warm winter wishes. So let's group this. I think I've got everything. That's Control G or layer group. Now the card I'm doing, well, the background is a 6x6, but I'm going to do it on a 7x7 and do some layers. So I think we need this to be maybe 5. What do you think? Let's do 4.5 because that's still very big. Oh. Okay, so now we've got warm winter wishes, and what I'm going to try and do, hopefully, is offset it all. We've got to change this because we need the original there. I want to do it on an 8 outward round. Okay, let's see if it will let me do it. There we go. I think that's going to look good. Although it's separated it. Okay, this group, I'm just going to put it to the top because it is the words and I want them out of the way. And then all we're going to do there is go back and weld. There we go. Now I am going to try and cut it out of well, it's not really vinyl, it's more sort of sticky back shiny stuff. I'm going to try and cut it out of that, and the background possibly a bit of card. But that's 2 cards I'm making, so one with the scan and cut and canvas, and one with stamping and maybe a bit of flaking or foiling. I'm not sure which yet. So I will see you over at the craft table. Okay, so we're at the craft table. I have stuck down a stencil so that I can colour around the trees and the outside of the circle. I can't remember if I've done it on camera or not, but I have put the stencil into the file, which will be available on my Facebook page, We Craft at Home. And now I'm just going to colour them a little grey, because I've changed my mind on the holly look, and I've got this backing paper, and there's the inner circle is going to be underneath, and then we'll yeah, I'll show you what I've done. So first of all, we'll just colour the trees in a little, put it into the file if anyone wants it. That'll be available on my Facebook page. I'm going around with a grey, a very pale grey to start with. Might need a bit darker, but you can't tell. Okay, I think that might be alright actually. Okay, I'm happy with that. I just didn't want the trees stark white, that's all. So I've done it to a 7x7 card, but I done rounded edges because I like the rounded edges. So I have to match. I think it's this one. I have to match the corner punch to make it look right. Okay, I think that's the right round. So behind, well, let's just stick this on first so we know that's on. So I printed this out and then I put it through the scan and cut it to size. So it's just a little bit smaller all the way round. And then the circle from the centre we're going to put underneath. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use glue because I can move it. We need this to place it. So, because we want to match it, I'm just doing a rough guess right now. That's going to be there. So we need it a little bit down. There we go, that's perfect. So I've placed it where the where the hole is. So now you can see it perfectly. And then we're going to raise this onto pads. So I'm just going to put pads on. Normally I don't go for a lot of pads, but I'm going to think ahead this time. Because in the bottom corner I'm going to do some stenciling. So that's this corner. So I'm just going to do some extra padding there so it's not too bumpy. And hopefully that will help. So we put the pads on and put it over. Okay, so we'll put the base down. There, and then that's what we've got so far. Now the deer, what I wanted to do is to go inside them trees but be out of this one. Or you could do it the other way round, I guess. I think that might look better actually. This tree's thinner, so it looks further away, so for him to be in front of that is okay. Okay, now I'm going to do him a dark grey so that we're sticking to the same colours. Normally I'd do like a brown or a silhouette, but I think I'll do him rather dark. Oh, that is dark. Okay, he's a bit patchy, but actually that might work. Where did I put my tissue? Okay, so now he'll be tucked in there but sticking out there, so he'll be like this. You can do more than one, but I think I like just one. And then what I've done, I just wanted to show you the stamps I use. These are just some stamps. I think it was from a Crafter's Companion magazine. Let me just use the back of that. And I've just used a couple of sentiments out of there. So it says, winter wishes from our home to yours. And I'm just going to put that up there. But what I was thinking was whether or not to do something around here. Like maybe some glitter or some colour, so that it would just stand up a bit more, but I just don't know what to do. Some flaking might be nice as well. And then down here I am going to stencil some thick texture paste all the way round. It's already sticky. And just have a nice big snowflake. I like that one more actually, I think. One big one and a couple of little ones either side. And I'm going to put the slap it on and cover that in glitter. Although I do have some pin flare ice, which I think might look really nice as well. Okay, let's just use the texture paste for now with the glitter. So if I can manage to do this. Like I said, my arm is meant to be in a sling, and I've been very bad. Okay, so all I'm going to do, I was going to do like a snowflake from Scan and Cut, so if you wanted to do that, but I thought I'd try something different, so see how this works out. Hey guys, I don't want to be scraping it too much because we want it quite thick. Okay, so we'll take that one off. Oh yeah, perfect. And then we'll do another couple of small ones. See if I can show you it without you. You can kind of see the shapes of it, can't you? But I don't know if you can see it glitter. Just like a subtle little embellishment. Okay, so there we go. That is almost done. We'll just put these two on. Now maybe sparkle would be good. Or too much. So, I think we're going to have to cut a strip. That's going to be easier. Hold on. Apologies, my grandsons have just got back from school. Okay, and then just one more square. And then I guess you decide what you want to do with that, because I really am still undecided. I don't know yet. So I'll just put it there like that, and maybe I'll add something afterwards. Oh, I know, look, because I've done it a circle, a scalloped circle, maybe I'll just put little pearls all the way around. That would look nice. And there you go, just a lovely wintry card for Christmas. Okay, now the other one I'm doing is a stamped card. So I'm going to pause, put everything away I've used, and then come back. See you in a minute. Okay, so I'm set up for the next one. And this, I just want to do a background stamp. Let's see if it's got a picture on the back. Right. So I got these couple of stamps from Pinflair's eBay shop. It's called Hartford Craft Centre, and you get some really cheap deals on there, and I loved these. So that's one I'm not using, but I had the choice whether to use that one or this one, and I'm going to use this one because the two corners should be perfect for the sentiment, the big sentiment I've got to sit in the middle. If a little bit's missing, I don't mind too much. So I was originally thinking about using acrylic paint, gold acrylic paint on it, because I'm going to cover it in wow powder, clear wow powder. But for speed, I'm going to use just a gold ink pad. I think it'll be easier.
Up, babe, no more. I'll be waiting for you to come. Too much time.
Right, I am just going to put that out the way for a second. So I've got to grab my Pro and cut it down to size. This is where the light's great because you can see where you need to cut it exactly. Now again, I've got a 7x7 card because I feel like it would fill up the 6x6 too much. Shall we have a look? I'll just grab a 6x6, we'll have a look. I don't know, I think that might be alright. That'll save us using extra card for layers. If I get the gold ink again. Now, if you wanted to go a bit more out with this, although I'm just going to ink the edges, just to give it a bit of a, you could flake or foil the edges if you just put a bit of glue or even glitter. But, you know, sometimes these cards have got to be quick and easy to make. So, there we go. It stands out a bit more on the white then. So, all I was going to do with this one was lay it flat. Keep forgetting I can't use my arm properly. Warm winter wishes we're just going to put on there, just in the middle. You don't need loads of pads, but I think them two will do, to be honest. Should be, yeah. There we go. And then maybe a ribbon in the top corner and you're done. So that's a very simple, but I think elegant one. And then the deer, knowing you've done most of it yourself, I still like it. I like them both, to tell you the truth, so I hope you did too. I'd like to see what you do with it, if you can take it further or make it quicker. I'd love to see. But for now, thanks for watching and I'll see you soon.